Welcome to episode 69 of Blue-Lusional.
Get it?
Get it? That's where we're at. That's where we're at. That's where we're
Mm-hmm.
at. Last week, we gave you a shorter episode just to make it longer this week. Let's get right into it with the bullshit shenanigans that went on. Most notable bullshit that happened was Todd Blanche was confirmed. Trump's personal lawyer. He was confirmed as the attorney general. He's been the acting attorney general, and now they took the word acting off.
Yeah.
The vote was 50 to 49, and that is very important. 50 to 49. Well, the whole, takeaway from this episode is how important it is to vote this year. Because 50 to 49, that would have been, if you knew the numbers last year when cabinet members were being confirmed, it was like they were being confirmed, boom, 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 every single time by multiple votes. Like, this being one vote away from him not being confirmed is insane. Obviously, one of those votes is Mitch McConnell, who wasn't there to vote, so that's a non-vote. It's a non-existent vote. But Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins, who are Republicans, they voted no. Not super shocked. They usually are flippers. They don't like to vote for things that have nothing in it for them. So they probably put something on the table like, I'll vote yes if you give this to people in Alaska. Lisa loves to do that. And then when they say no, she's like, nah, damn.
They're also running to defend their seats. So
yes. They know their constituents are angry, so they're pushing back. And unfortunately, we thought we would get a no out of Bill Cassidy since when he announced he wasn't running again, he's been a voice of reason against the Trump administration. He reluctantly voted yes after a whole emotional testament he gave on the floor, being like, he might not be the perfect candidate, but he's the best we've got. So I'm gonna vote,
bitch.
even though he's not the one I really want. Tear.
Bitch. He's such a bitch.
But what was crazy is in the beginning of the week, it was going to be a fucking hard no for Todd, okay? Because Tom Tillis and John Cornyn at first were like, we're voting fucking no, too. So that obviously would have been a no-go. They told him they would only vote to confirm him if he put in writing that he is not going to pursue or move forward with the anti-weaponization fund. Put that shit in writing. Because it's not true unless it's in writing. So he was like, sure, I'll put that in writing. So he put that in writing and he was like, all right, guys, we're not going to move forward with the anti-weaponization fund, but we are still going to hold true that Trump and his sons and the Trump businesses can never be audited by the IRS for anything prior to May of 2026. But in the future, they could be.
So you should vote.
So then Tom and John were like, perfect, awesome. We're going to vote to confirm you. So he was confirmed in the dead of night at 4 a.m. like they love to do. And what we're saying is it being 50 to 49 is meaning that there were Republicans that voted no. It was not an overwhelming majority. They were one vote away from it not happening. So this is what we mean by you need to go out and fucking vote and we need to get a majority back because then none of the shit would happen, and they're already kind of handing you it on a silver platter right now, and all you have to do is just go out and vote. And,
like stop asking, well, why can they do that? They have a majority because you guys were stupid and you didn't vote. You were playing games.
That's why everybody got confirmed with flying colors last year, no matter how ridiculous it seemed. And now we're only getting pushback because people are not constituents aren't happy. And a lot of these people like Lisa and Susan are going to be up for re-election and know that they need to start either fully aligning with Trump and losing their seats or starting to push back and
lose their seat.
That is why some Republicans are starting to vote no in the House and in the Senate. So this is why we need to, while the iron is hot, we need to get the majority back because then it will just look even worse for him. If he has Republicans no longer in the majority and Republicans still voting with Dems, he would be the lamest of lame duck sitting presidents for the rest of his term. But we want to talk about some things that Todd Blanche has managed to do this week on top of getting confirmed. He was caught on a hot mic talking to evangelical leaders, the anti-abortion activists. if you will,
Really
that he
fucked up.
plans to make the Dobbs decision permanent, meaning that even right now, they overturned Roe v. Wade and now it's on the states. He wants to do a permanent ban, abortion ban across all states. And so everyone's like, holy fuck, this is the biggest flag thrown in the air. We all need, what the fuck? The problem is that as Attorney General, he doesn't get to tell all the states that there's a nationwide ban on abortions. That's not his call. He has no authority to do that. The only authority he could possibly have is to mess with the mailing of mifepristone, which is the abortion pill that is most commonly used and mailed. But even then, it's been tried in the past, and immediate lawsuits, especially in the blue states. You try to mess with mailing mifepristone in Massachusetts, you're going to get a lawsuit before that even happens. If there's a whisper of that happening, lawsuit. Not to mention SCOTUS ruled against this in 2024. So if lawsuits went all the way up to SCOTUS, it would be struck down.
And then they did it again, what was it, 2 months ago?
Yeah, a couple months ago. But
yeah.
The mailing of mifepristone and it being FDA approved was all shot down.
The manufacturers came calling.
Yeah, because money is money. So everybody take a deep breath. It's obviously things that need to be on the radar, but we have bigger fights right now, meaning you need to vote, please. And thank you. Now, everybody's been screaming about the SAVE Act. SAVE Act got struck down last month by the Supreme Court. Well, Trump wanting to end birthright citizenship was struck down. I want to change my wording on that. And he had this month to call for another hearing on it. Basically to say, I think that you should think about this because I'm going to bring up some great points. That's what it is. And he missed that deadline. And his whole administration missed that deadline. Nobody filed any paperwork to call a rehearing of this decision. So they put it in writing, meaning it's finalized. That was there. They came down with their final judgment. It's on paper. It's finalized. Birthright citizenship stands. So they missed the deadline, and now he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make 2 new executive orders that are going to just kind of be a bit narrower, meaning he's going to redefine the meaning of birthright citizenship. So it's not going to be this big umbrella anymore. He's going to go after certain parts of birthright citizenship now and hope that that works. It's basically, these are the last kind of bits he has. So one of them is for like denying, or I want to read you the actuality of it. So the first one tries to limit citizenship for certain children born in the United States. So before it was a blanket term. Anyone just born here wasn't automatically a citizen. Now he's saying certain children born in the United States when neither parent is an American citizen, and it will target like foreign government officials, people connected to terrorist organizations, people who are accused of coming to the United States specifically to have a baby here and have the baby be a citizen. And then the second executive order focuses specifically on what Trump is now calling birth tourism, meaning people will get a visa or temporary status to come here and specifically have a baby. I wonder who he knows that did that.
His parents.
You would be correct, and his current wife. You would be correct. What are you gonna? What, Baron? Sorry.
That's you.
That's you, because we could prove with every fiber of our being why Melania came here and why she's married to that man. Come on, please, let's be so for real. But it's just him narrowing down birthright citizenship and going after certain aspects of it, which we know is not what he wants to do. He wanted to end birthright citizenship entirely, but now he's like, all right, fine, I'll pick out a couple areas where I feel like I could maybe get them to listen. But the problem is that at this point, it is August.
He's running out of time.
The executive orders would have to go through the same process. They would need to be lawsuits. Certain states would have to sue on it. It would have to go up to SCOTUS. SCOTUS would have to hear it. SCOTUS started hearing birthright citizenship in April and made their decision last month. So there's not going to be any realm where SCOTUS brings the case forward, hears it, and comes up with a decision before midterms. So if anything, if something were to happen, it would be for 2028. And by then, hopefully we will have a majority back in the House and the Senate, and everyone will understand the assignment. Everything will get shot down. So he's basically, it's a nothing burger. Again, nothing burger. Mitch McConnell is allegedly alive and has been discharged from his rehabilitation center and by all means might be home. Nobody's seen him. Nobody has seen him leave the hospital. Nobody has seen him at the house. People have gone to the house. All the blinds are closed. Doors are locked. Nobody's going in or out. So we have no proof of that. And we have not heard his health status, when he plans to return, if he plans to return. So take that for what you will. I'm not going to tell you what to believe. I truly, at this point, I do think he's alive. I do not think he is in any state to finish out the rest of his term. And I don't care.
I don't care.
Don't care.
Keep not voting.
I don't. This is the time where I feel like we should fight fire with fire. I don't want to play by the rules anymore. That would have been if he was there and voting, or if there was some special election where they would have Lindsey Grahamed this shit and it would have been 51 votes.
The special election would have been the next day.
It would have been the next fucking day.
They would have held it the next day.
Yeah.
And it would have elected a Republican.
Anything that makes the Senate down a vote, especially when we are in such a slim majority at this point with the amount of Republican senators that are like, I would like to be reelected, so I can't do all the corruption anymore. Him being out is only helping certain things. Todd Blanche would have been confirmed months ago, weeks ago. Okay? This is what we mean. That we are now playing the delay game. Shit isn't moving. Shit is moving at the slowest pace, and we thought shit was moving slow last year. And they were all voting yes on everything. Nothing is fucking moving. So I don't want to play by the rules anymore. No. So take it with what you will. I'm putting down money. He's probably alive. It's just the state of alive.
Probably brain dead.
Yeah. But we shall see. One big thing that we want to point out is that the Trump administration is going to overhaul Head Start. And Head Start is it was a federally mandated program that is free preschool for low-income families. And there used to be like pages, dozens and dozens of pages of mandates for this program. And now they're going to overhaul it by narrowing down these dozens to hundreds of pages to now like a couple pages of requirements, which will probably take away the child-to-teacher ratio, health screenings, probably mandatory vaccinations that are needed in order for the child to be enrolled, dental screenings. And so when they strip those away, what happens is it's now up to the state whether they want to keep those mandates. And if they do, then they need to find the funding and the people to do it.
Yep. You
know what states that's going to affect? Is those red states that don't have a lot of state money. They don't have, like, think of it like this. If they say, all right, we're going to cut the child-to-teacher ratio in half. And the state's like, well, no, we definitely need the child-to-teacher ratio to not be cut in half. So now the state's going to have to find the money to pay those amount of teachers.
And they're not. They're just going to
shove that they originally had. And they don't have that money. So then they're not going to have the child-to-teacher ratio. There's going to be a lot of kids that fall to the wayside because there's not enough teachers to look after them. I mean, this is preschool, guys. Preschool. These are children. They're still taking naps.
Yeah.
That they need supervision. And it's going to get to the point where children are hurt at school. Children are not getting health screenings and dental screenings. So more children are getting sick. And more families are looking at if it's even worth it to send their kid to a preschool. This is a form of torture. This is a form of torture. And it's going to affect, obviously, red states that, like, it's not going to affect Massachusetts like it's going to affect Alabama.
Here, you guys complain about it if you voted for it.
Yeah. And this will probably mean, I'm sure there was something in here where the kids got free lunch. I am sure they had something that's probably going to be cut. You know what I mean?
They hate it when they get free lunch.
They hate it when those children are fed. So they're definitely, that's going to be taken away. What they learn is probably going to be heavily mandated.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be not great. So we're going to keep track of that. And once it comes out, what they did strip away from it, we are going to talk about it, because I'm sure it's going to be all these things that we're telling you right now. So, yeah, we're in hell. We're in fucking hell. We're in hell. You taking
am I taking
this?
Janine?
Yep.
Okay.
That was the split.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay.
I had Devin there. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay. All right. So another woman is going to get kicked out of the Trump administration.
Oh my God. I wonder who.
That never
there aren't a lot
happens.
to choose from anymore. There's not a lot left.
So
Take your
Judge Jeanine Pirro, remember that lady, the alcoholic? Trump said she folded like an umbrella because remember the reflecting pool saga? So there were case filing or court filings going on with the quote unquote vandalism that was happening at the reflecting pool. And in these court filings, Jeanine Pirro straight up called Trump a liar and said that the lining of the reflecting pool was peeling because it was a rush job by the contractor. He crashed out and he's ready to get rid of her. He said she folded like another dumb woman. Okay, time to go. That's hella dangerous though, because only protecting him matters to him. The truth it's not a thing in that realm of reality anymore. Doesn't matter. But yeah, look out for Judge Jeanine Pirro to be on the unemployment line in
People
a week or two.
Somebody did get a picture of her leaving her office with like a huge white rolling bag of box. But some people are saying, that's pretty standard for somebody to have with in that role. I don't know. I just feel like there would have been more pictures with her with that. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm not saying what it is for sure, but she has been pictured leaving the office with big rolling bags.
She's done. She's cooked.
I'll put it in the thumbnail this week.
She's fucking cooked.
You guys can tell me what you think it is. We're not going to draw any conclusions, but just know that she was pictured.
I hope you guys are still steering clear of Taco Bell and lettuce in general, because the explosive diarrhea there's been 2 confirmed deaths now. 2, because you couldn't vote for the lady. So now you got to die from diarrhea. We are at 11,000 total cases confirmed. What is it? Cyclospora?
Cyclosporasis?
Yes. You're going to die.
There's different names.
I mean, you're not going to die definitely, but...
Oh my God. But we can't say you definitely won't. That's the problem. Once somebody dies from it, now we can no longer say, well, you're definitely not going to die.
If you want to stop dying from diarrhea, please vote blue down the ballot.
Fuck. I promise you that at this point, the reason we're acting like this is because we are like mentally unwell at this point.
Oh, yeah. Just hanging on by dental floss.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Again, poor Taco Bell.
Speaking of hell, Puerto Rico's in it. They are in a fucking drought. They don't have water, just on top of everybody else going through the worst possible time. The drought is so bad that their governor has been announcing 48-hour rolling windows where there are some communities that don't have water for that time period because they quite literally have to ration their water. So this has been like an ongoing issue, and it's finally like bubbled over. So this is due to the El Nino climate pattern. So what that is that it's a climate pattern that suppresses the development of tropical waves and cyclones. Essentially, they're not getting rain is what that means. But, climate change is just a hoax. So basically, without any of the weather that they need to have. The island is lacking. It's lacking rain to replenish its reservoirs, and then also they have been doing terrible upkeep of their pipelines in Puerto Rico. You know what? I'm just gonna blame the fucking rest of the United States on that one.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
The funding, they need it, and we've seen how this administration treats Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
we saw it last time.
and
So,
like it's also, we're about to head into the worst of hurricane season these next couple months, still through to November. And usually, as somebody who's in Florida, these hurricanes usually happen between now and the end of October. So this is probably the heightened point where we'd get a tornado, or not tornado. Yeah, we would get tornadoes too with it. But
yeah,
could you imagine Puerto Rico being in a drought, having to ration water, and then them getting hit with a Category 4 or 5
they'd be fucked.
hurricane? They would be absolutely fucked. So this is even more like, these are alarm bells going off, because God forbid,
yeah, it's bad.
like, we already have people saying there's activity in the water. The water is a lot hotter. There's a lot of activity. Whether it forms into anything is one thing, but even a tropical storm hitting Puerto Rico right now could cause death to hundreds, if not thousands of people.
That would wipe out a lot.
No water, and their electricity out. And if they're already having issues with pipelines and water issues in general, could you imagine then dumping just a bunch of nonstop water? That would just be like that. Like, I'm actually nervous for Puerto Rico in the next couple months.
Yeah, they're one more bad thing away from just being a complete ruin.
Yeah.
They're one bad thing away. But here, we're going to talk about some things that kind of tie into midterms. So everyone's crashing out right now about Dr. Fauci being held in contempt of Congress because he pled the fifth in his stupid ass hearing. I would have done the same fucking thing. I plead the fifth. Get me the fuck out of here. People are confused as to why they're able to hold him in contempt. They're like, oh, well, what about Pam Bondi? She never answers questions. Hey, guys, who has the majority of everything? Again, it's so fucking simple, and you forget every week, every day. You forget
rules for
that
thee, not for me.
Yeah, they can do that because they have the majority, but it's a stunt. They need something to rile up the base.
Yeah, why do you think November, the Clintons showed up?
And look, we knew it. We were right the whole time. They would have been held
in contempt.
Like, about what? What were you guys right about? He pled the fifth. He didn't say anything.
Right? You should be more concerned with the fact that this is what the Senate Republicans would rather do versus, help people who are currently dying of explosive diarrhea.
That's all they got.
They're like, no, we want to go back to 2020.
2020?
Yeah, instead of dealing with an outbreak that's happening right now and affecting thousands of people every day. And now killing people. Okay. That's why you need to vote.
So we can stop doing that stupid ass hearing shit. This is really bad. The FCC this week, they got rid of a rule that no one broadcast company can own enough networks that can cover no more than 39% of U.S. households. In layman's terms, any company can buy up all of the broadcast companies.
Which ones would do that?
And this ties into, if you've been listening to us, where we said the acquisition of Paramount, these mergers, Barry Weiss being at CBS, CNN.
She's in the corner like,
it's about to be November. Oh, we're going to start buying up broadcast companies. The Supreme Court said that we can dump unlimited money as long as we're a PAC into federal races. It's about to be what season? Football season? Oh, we're gonna dump the wildest AI ads you have ever seen in your fucking life while you're sitting on the couch watching the Eagles. Yep, the boomers are just gonna eat that shit up.
Oh yeah, they're gonna run an ad saying that AOC eats babies.
Yeah. And people are going to believe it.
They're going to eat it up.
They're going to believe it. The same way they did with Thomas Massie. Yeah, people were like, oh my God, AIPAC. Okay, for Thomas Massie's race, yeah, you know what that AIPAC money did? They bought AI ads of him walking into a hotel with Ilhan Omar and AOC, and boomers said, honey, did you see this? That traitor Thomas is having a threesome with AOC and Ilhan Omar. Y'all better get ready to start calling that shit out to your grandparents. Pick up the phone and call me Mom Pop on Football Sunday. Ask them what AI ads they saw this past Sunday, because...
Oh my God. It's going to be the like viral videos that are going around of the people are like, oh, you're watching, you're in like a red state and they're running their campaign ads and it's like, are you tired of illegal immigrants killing babies? And that's
like the parody one.
Yes, that's gonna be the real. They're not even gonna. They're just gonna take that and make that a real ad.
I'm Bill Butts.
Yeah.
Are you just okay with everything being less affordable? Because if you aren't, then shut up.
Yep. They're gonna take that and go, oh, they already made it. Just put it out there.
Thanks. Use the audio. So yeah, that's why that's bad. I mean, I guess luckily for our generation, we basically don't fucking watch TV anymore. So you need to talk to your fucking parents and your grandparents. God damn it.
Yeah. Hey, white people, please call your grandparents.
Please
call
we've
your
been
MAGA
begging
aunt.
you. We've been begging you to confront these people, and you won't fucking do it.
Please call them
for the love of God.
Especially if they live in a red state.
But yeah, this is all going on, but at the same time, Trump's not feeling it anymore. I think he's bored, or he, I don't know. So Republican advisors around the Capitol, they've been saying it just seems like he's withdrawing. It just seems like he's retreating because he just like doesn't give a fuck about the midterms anymore. He was just recently
live.
He was interviewed and he said, if he's he's literally retreating. Yeah, if we lose, it's not my fault. Right? It's not. Listen, if we lose, he's all like, how did they not see this coming? They always get thrown under the bus. Todd Blanche, you're fucked, dude. Every lawyer ends up disbarred. You are gonna get thrown under the bus. If they lose, they don't dislike me. They dislike
it's everybody
else's
guys. Fault.
Those guys are fucking losers, okay? Mind you, everyone's begging him. They're like, can you please say the word affordability and not
Todd
be weird
Blanche.
about it?
It's going to be John Thune's fault. It's going to be Mike Johnson's fault. You didn't get your people in line.
Bill Cassidy's
fault. If it's going to be Lindsey Graham's fault, he's dead. It's still going to be his fault.
He's going to blame him. He's going to dox him again. He's going to give everyone his phone number. See if he picks up.
Yeah, it's going to be everyone's sweating. Everyone should be sweating.
Yeah, speaking of sweating, Reuters confirmed that the military has used virtually all of its precision strike missiles so far. And see, it's moments like this where I'm like, okay, I think we're going to be okay. Because this was in Project 2025 to fuck with Iran. See, the thing is, they didn't do a specific footnote to say, hey, don't use up all of the fucking missiles. Don't just drop everything on them. Don't drop every bunker buster. Don't drop all of the Patriot missiles.
Baby, there is no missiles.
There's no more.
There is no plane.
Because
no
I was suspicious at first. I was like, oh, they're just trying to get the NDAA passed. No, these motherfuckers did tyranny and they didn't check the stock before. They didn't check the back to see if they had enough.
They said, you said drop everything we have. And you literally dropped everything we have?
I didn't mean literally.
That's what you said. They're like, who hired these kids? You did, sir. Was I
literally
drunk?
hired a grocery bagger.
You put the drunk guy in charge of the military and you told him to drop everything we have.
Yeah, the U.S. used more than half of its Tomahawk missiles. And I vividly remember, even before I was like locked into politics, I remember Biden got a shit ton more of those.
I'm pretty sure a bunch of those Tomahawk missiles were shot out in the sky too, because they saw them coming.
They don't even have interceptors anymore. They're not. They're just letting them hit the bases because, oh my God, who would have thunk Iran, who started this war off with their old stockpile, Iran, who has constantly been under threat from Israel for quite literally over 2 decades. You thought they weren't ready? You thought they didn't know that America was going to be the one? We there's literally video footage of Bibi in the halls of Congress saying this is how close Iran is to having a nuclear bomb. We got to fuck their shit up right now.
No, you guys thought like, well, their missiles can't reach the US, so we're fine, not taking into consideration all the US bases everywhere else
throughout the entire Middle East. The fuck? They're literally bases like neighboring Iran. Of course they're gonna get their shit rocked.
College campuses, international campuses. Like, you guys didn't think about any of that shit. You were like, well, can't reach here, so we're good.
They thought it was gonna be Venezuela in and out. Hey, Iran, keep it going till November.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel bad for the service members because the service members on the U.S. Abraham Lincoln, their family members were interviewed on MS Now, and they're just reiterating the shit that we've been hearing beforehand. They're dealing with moldy showers, food shortages, hygiene shortages. So they're running out of toothpaste. They're running out of deodorant. They basically don't get days off. The aircraft carrier is falling apart because they weren't supposed to be there that long. It was supposed to be 2 weeks.
An excursion? Just a short excursion.
Just a quick vacay. They were service members on there saying that they're seeing holes in the flight deck. So this is bad. Like, it's so bad that we just got report today that Trump has been saying privately that he's just going to pull us out. He's ready to pull us out. He's just going to say, we won. We did it.
We did it, and we won nothing.
I saw all the videos this week of my people. They're starting to apologize for voting for me again. Some of them are crying.
They're at the gas stations just talking to every reporter they can find.
You know what? Guys? We won, and you know what? We won so hard that Iran, we're gonna give them $300 billion in repairs because that's what they're demanding. A higher toll on the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, we won so hard that we're paying more.
They're our daddy now.
Yeah, they own us.
So
cool.
Those gas prices aren't coming down.
Oh yeah, and remember Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. There's going to be no nuclear deal. None.
No, they can do whatever they want. Nothing. Actually, we're actually going to help them build a nuclear weapon,
and we're going to unfreeze their assets.
We're going to rebuild their weaponry that we destroyed. We're basically working for them for free for the next 10 years. So. Everyone that went over there to fight, all the army, you guys actually have to report to Iran now. You guys gotta automatically serve in the Iran army now.
No new wars. What a win. What a fucking win, I must say.
Winning so hard.
Winning so
I wonder what would have happened if Kamala was the president.
It would have been the same thing.
I wonder what I would have been doing right now.
She would have gutted the Voting Rights Act.
I just wonder every day, what would I be doing right now?
You would have been at brunch.
I would have. Sunday, I would have been at brunch. Yeah. I would have been at brunch.
You guys just want to go to brunch. Yeah, you don't like mimosas?
I might have had a baby by now. Who knows? Life would have been great.
Now look.
I would have had a lot more money.
Now we're fighting for our fucking... Yeah, we all would have had... Oh, yeah, actually, you guys would have been buying houses because you would have been getting fucking credit to buy your first homes. But no, you said, let me vote to get my mail order bride
Guys,
deported.
That's not very pro-life of you, because if Kamala had won, I would have definitely had a baby. So, and I'm blaming you guys for that. So that's not very pro-life of you. Really not cool. I was ready to bring a life into this world. I was ready. That's on you guys. You have to pray for that. You have to go.
That's on your hands.
Blood's on your hands. Every month, that's on your hands.
Mm-hmm. Think about
That's how many babies at this point.
12.
For every month.
One for each month.
The pro-lifers are like, oh my God.
We missed out on a baker's dozen.
Yep. Every month. Damn, that sucks for you guys. Not even for me. It sucks for you guys.
It sucks for you guys.
That sucks for you guys.
Dumb
Wow.
bitches.
Well, I mean, the gas prices aren't going to come down, so basically,
Not anytime soon.
Basically gear up for a lot of propaganda. But what's not propaganda is how these elections have been going. These primaries have just been eating it up. I was so like I can't say like I'm going into every primary and my heart isn't beating out of its chest. I've never cared so much about a primary in Missouri in my life. In my fucking life. Have I been sitting on my phone going, I have a primary tonight. We stopped interviewing candidates on primary nights because we couldn't not fucking look at our phones. We had to stop.
We had to stop working so we can crash out on a weekly basis.
Like California, we interviewed, the polls weren't even closed yet, and we were like sweating during the interview. So I'd love to get to a point where I don't need to sweat for Missouri's primary anymore. Please and thank you. But you guys did great. In Missouri, it was not only your primary for your state, House, Congress, you also had amendments in there. All right. A lot of these primaries, you're going to see these amendments. And you guys showed up in record turnout, basically to vote no to these amendments. And I love showing up and being petty. Voting just to be petty is so funny when it's not showing up and voting for Jill Stein to be petty. Yeah. So there were 2 amendments in Missouri. One was voted, both of them were big no's. 80% no votes for Amendment 4 in Missouri, and basically it would make it harder for initiatives like abortion rights, Medicare and Medicaid expansion, minimum wage increases. It would be harder for those to pass because currently it would require a statewide majority, but they wanted to make it where all 8 congressional districts would have to have a majority. So what would happen is if, say, they were trying to raise the minimum wage and one district didn't have a majority yes to it, it wouldn't pass. But statewide, it was a majority. Overall, it was a majority, but one district.
It's basically an electoral college.
Yes.
Now that I hear it out loud.
And wow. Basically, in the past couple of years, even though like everyone's like, this is crazy because like Missouri, they have a lot of Republicans in Congress and even in state and local House, but they tend to vote more liberal. Because this is what we mean, Democrats don't show up and vote. And then there's corruption. So basically, Missouri has gotten around that by being able to pass things that are liberal, even with a Republican majority in some cases, because most of the people showing up and voting for these big things like minimum wage being increased are going to be a yes. But there are some districts in Missouri that are deep red and may have a majority no vote, but overall in the state would be a yes, it wouldn't pass. So Missouri was like, fuck that. We're going to show up and vote no. And most Republicans had the same thing, was like, okay, but if we did this backwards, it wouldn't work it would work in nobody's favor. Let's just leave it as it is. Then there was Amendment 5, which had 83% no votes. And that was basically going to phase out income tax and increase sales tax. So they were going to phase out income tax and try to tell voters that it was going to give them a tax break, because you would think, oh my God, income tax, that's a lot of money. Yeah, I want a tax break. But in fact, it might do the opposite, especially for your middle class, low income class in Missouri, because they would be paying more in sales tax. So when you're going out and buying your everyday items, it would cost more, meaning you don't actually get a tax break. And in many cases, because a lot of people in especially the middle class are constantly buying things, you'd probably pay more. But whoever is in like a house that an upper class in Missouri, that probably wouldn't faze them. It wouldn't faze them. They don't really care about the income tax. They can afford it and it's all good to them. They're still making money on money on money. But middle class, that was a hard no in middle class. They were like, I see right through that shit. The thing is that they didn't want you to understand it.
Always.
A lot of these amendments, they word them, they do the funny wording on them. They don't fully explain it to you. They're like, we're just going to phase out income tax. And you're like, what's the catch? You don't just phase out income tax and then still have money to run shit in the state. Like, we still have to pay for, like, roads and infrastructure and schools and all that stuff. How are we going to pay for that? And they're like, don't worry about it.
How do you feel about the cost of living going up again?
So literally, I think we've had 2 or 3 candidates in Missouri on who all talked about this and were like, hi, no, this is how they're going to get the money from you. So this is what they try to do. Same thing for Amendment 4. It'd be like, yeah, but we want every district to have a say, right? You guys want to have a say. And it's like, no, you do have a say. That's statewide. So yeah, both of those were hard fucking no, and it was record numbers for a primary in Missouri. So shout out to you guys.
Good shit.
Good shit. Good fucking shit. Good reading. Good understanding. Because the amendments are hard. I even get tripped up.
It is the most confusing language.
Yeah.
Fucking ever on these amendments. Not a good time.
The most shocking thing that came out of primaries this past week was in Michigan District 8 of all fucking places. So Trump-backed candidate Amir Hassan. There was another Republican named Thomas Smith who was running. And then there was a third candidate, Al Lemo. I think is his last name, Lemo. So 3 Republican candidates, 1 endorsed by Trump. The other one, Thomas Smith, announced a couple weeks back that he was dropping out of the race because of funding issues.
He raised $0.
Yeah. But because he dropped out so late, they couldn't take his name off the ballot. So his name was still on the ballot. It happens. It happens a lot more than you think, guys. Well, Thomas Smith, who dropped out and didn't get any funding, won by a landslide. I'm talking over, what was it? It was like 20 to 30%.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was crazy. He won. His picture wasn't even up there. It was just his name. He's won. He won. Amir was very far behind in second. And when Thomas dropped out, he didn't endorse Amir. He endorsed Al. And Al was in third. So Trump's backed candidate lost to a man who dropped out of the race.
Because MAGA saw Amir Hassan
they
on the ballot.
Saw the name Amir Hassan.
Wait. No.
No.
I need to go with the milquetoast, most generic white name.
Yeah. So to everyone who thinks Byron's going to win in Florida, boy, do I have some news for you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sure. If Republicans in Michigan are racist, do you think Florida?
Bro, these people literally saw Amir Hassan and said, I don't know who this person is,
Smith?
but I'm gonna...
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Even Al Lemo was a little like, Thomas Smith, the whitest white man name I've ever heard in my life, other than Max Miller. Thomas Smith?
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up.
They don't know who that is.
The man, they don't know. They don't know. He raised no money. These people didn't even give Thomas Smith money. And they showed up to the poll and said, sure, I wish
if it's white,
if I could be a fly on the wall at any place, it would have been Thomas Smith's house that night.
Honey, what the fuck?
Because he wasn't having a watch party. He dropped out. He was probably sitting at home thinking Al Lemo was going to win. Or Amir, probably.
What the fuck?
And he's looking at his numbers and he's going,
these people really are racist.
Now Thomas has a choice. Thomas can say, you know what? Fucking hell yeah. And accept the nomination and get himself back on the ballot in November. Or he can say, nah, I don't have any money. I can't do this shit. And then the Republican committee in Michigan are going to pick a replacement, and that replacement doesn't have to be Amir. Doesn't have to if they don't want it.
He accepted it.
So, yeah, if he accepted it, he probably realizes he can get money now.
Get back to work.
Get back to work. But damn, that's crazy. Imagine dropping out of your race and then winning.
Pretty sure, well, I only saw it, but I think Amir converted to Christianity for these people. And
it wasn't good enough for them. So Byron, I think you know what's going to happen. I think you know what's going to happen.
You got James Fishback just saying Byron Donald is a sex trafficker, and people are like, yeah, sure. Yeah, he's black. Of course he is.
Next week's going to be a little crazy in Florida, so.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Florida might be a surprise.
Yeah.
We got plenty of surprises in these elections, though. These primaries. Gonna have to keep it real on some of them, though. So listen, Abdul El Sayed won.
Congrats. No
we
more. I don't have to hear the Michigan way anymore.
That's the Michigan way.
AIPAC out of politics. Now that's the Michigan way.
Now listen, this shit's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
For him to win, he won by 1 point. He is in a very peculiar spot because the thing is 2024 roads lead back to 2024.
Yeah, they do.
The Dearborn community in Michigan was huge in the uncommitted movement for Kamala. If you don't know what the uncommitted movement was, that is where people were going to the primary and they were leaving it blank. This is when Joe Biden was still on the ticket. They were leaving it blank for Biden. It evolved afterwards into like abandoned Kamala, which we obviously saw. A shit ton of people sat out. You know what happened. There's no spoilers there. So Abdul has the Muslim community. Dearborn, they love him. He's a Michigander. He's run in Michigan before. He's run against Gretchen Whitmer. He has name recognition. The problem there is that, again, the black vote. All roads also lead to the black vote. Black voters in Michigan remember what Dearborn did. They did not like that because if you remember, the footage is there. Vote for anybody but Kamala.
It literally said, if you
anybody
have to,
but her.
Vote for Jill Stein.
Jill Stein, vote for anybody but Kamala.
If not, vote for Trump.
Pepperidge Farm remembers, and black voters voted overwhelmingly. She damn near got the whole thing, Haley Stevens.
Yeah.
They remember that. And she pandered to them.
She did.
Hard.
And you know, here's the thing. Why the black voters are telling you why they're doing what they're doing. You guys are like trying to make assumptions and they're like, no, this is why, like we'll talk about Cori Bush. Like, this is why Cori Bush lost. This is why we didn't vote for Abdul. This is why we're not voting for James. They're telling you this and you're not believing them. And it's like, why are we rewarding bad behavior? So Abdul, for all intents and purposes, very lightly was like, sure, fine, we'll vote for Kamala. Like right at the very end.
Yeah.
Right at the very end.
And he did endorse her, yes.
He did endorse her, but it was like pulling at teeth to endorse. But we don't know what in that primary, he definitely didn't vote for her or Joe. And when it came down to it, it was basically like you had to hold his feet to the fire to get that out of him. And so voters are like, why are we going to reward him for that? Why would we reward that behavior? Because in doing that whole time, he probably is the reason a lot of people didn't vote for her, because he waited so long to endorse until the very last minute. And honestly, he probably didn't want to endorse her.
They're looking at it like, hey, you helped fuck us. And while we may not be in love with Haley Stevens, at least she's coming to the black churches and putting on the fake black scent.
You don't address it. So that's the thing. You ran this entire campaign and you didn't address it. You didn't take accountability for it. Same thing with James. James didn't take accountability for not saying anything about voter suppression during the primary. Abdul didn't say anything and say, you know what? My actions in 2024 absolutely probably caused some people not to vote for Kamala and landed us in this mess, and I have to take accountability for that, and I apologize to the black community for not endorsing her and knowing that there was a lesser of two evils, and that like not taking any accountability and just ignoring it is not going to reward you in the end. Same with James, same that it was with Cori. It's not rewarding to be silent anymore. Being silent doesn't work. Accountability is what might work. It might work. It's a good start.
He's got an uphill battle. He only won by 1 point.
So the best thing he could do right now is take accountability and Not do what James is doing right now.
And don't take this as, oh, you guys hate No.
No.
We want him to win.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm on board for getting AIPAC out of politics. I can't stand Haley. But I also am not in Michigan, and I'm not a voter, and I'm a white person. So how dare I, as a white person that doesn't live in Michigan, tell black voters in Michigan how to feel and how to vote. That's the problem with leftists, is that you think you're inclined to be white, and most of you be men, and tell black voters how they need to vote.
I mean, this is why you got people like William Lawrence, who won, talking about the defanging of the white left.
Because and back then it was, how dare black voters tell me how to vote when it came to the presidential election. But when the roles are reversed, you feel very confident telling black voters who to vote for.
Oh, now we have to unite.
Now we have to unite. Now we have to be friends.
Eat a dick.
Eat a dick.
Eat a dick. Some of our friends won, though.
Most of them.
Tennessee, of all places, went crazy. Jerry Green won. Michaela Barnett won. Victoria Broadwick won. Justin Pearson, we didn't interview him, but we count it. That's us. We count it.
We covered him on here. I mean, might as well.
Ours.
We wanted to interview him, but he is a hot commodity, okay? We can't blame him.
Jordan Herrera also won in Missouri. Shout out to him.
All of our peeps won.
Our peeps won. Now, I'm going to try not to rant forever about this, but Cori Bush lost. Here's the thing. Cori Bush was a bad candidate. Let's be fucking... Let's be so fucking for real. Cori Bush was the fucking token for far lefties to be able to say, look, we support a black woman. Yeah. We don't hate black women. We like shitting on Jasmine Crockett, but look, we like Cori Bush too, and the only reason that Cori Bush keeps losing is because of AIPAC. Well, here's the thing. First time Cori Bush lost to Wesley Bell, she got outspent. This most recent time last week, she lost to Wesley Bell again, she got outspent. So are you donating to offset the AIPAC that you're complaining about? Because I don't think so, because she lost in a landslide.
Yeah.
Now,
Hassan give her all the money.
Even with that, simply just AIPAC being involved did not have her losing belt to ass like that. In Cori Bush's single term, she missed 235 votes, constantly was voting no on St. Louis infrastructure. She's not popular there. Like, this is an Occam's razor type situation. Like, it is very simple. She is not popular. Elections are a popularity contest, and people do not like the fact that she overlooked her constituents for Gaza.
Yeah, while her constituents are struggling.
Not saying it's not important, but we live here.
Yeah.
If she wants to run there, then she should move there, because it was very telling in her speech afterwards, after she lost. She named, yes, this is why we stand for Palestine, and named like 4 other places, and
Chicago,
then Missouri.
Detroit.
Do you know where you live?
She named Missouri last.
She named them, like, I couldn't put it more. There's not much more of a microcosm of why this did not work out for her than those couple of seconds of that speech.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to hear that
Missouri
she got
first.
COVID, as if missing 235 votes was just because she had COVID.
No.
And you're like, well, they did multiple votes a day. They're not doing... I mean, mind you, she had COVID. Give or take, she might have taken a week or 2 off if she really had a bad case of COVID. She's not missing 200. And somebody pulled up the years in which she missed. And it was not the years of COVID.
And then when she was voting, they were protest votes.
They were protest votes. And if something in it was actually really good for her constituents, but it had one thing that she didn't agree with for Israel, she was voting no. And I'm sorry, when your constituents are struggling and they're looking at you going, then go there. Don't represent us if you're not going to represent us.
They don't like you.
You have to find. So this is why we like these grassroots candidates, because they know their place. They know their place. They know what they can and can't do, and they also have all said down the line, I'm not taking AIPAC money, but I am here to represent my district and my constituents. And if an infrastructure bill was going to make it so that her constituents would have a better life, and she voted against it because there was some small thing that helped Israel, which is what you guys nail Jasmine for over and over and over and over again, then we will just continue to suffer here. Things will get so bad here, and it still is not going to help the people in Gaza because, again, how are we going to help the people in Gaza when people are being lynched at this point weekly in our streets?
Yeah.
When people can't afford healthcare, when people can't afford food, when people are committing suicide because they think that is the only way out of this. Like, you guys don't want to see the problem here and the genocide happening here. That is going to get worse here because you guys want to protest vote for somebody that barely votes. You wanted the people in Michigan to vote for Cori Bush when Cori Bush doesn't vote when she's in office.
Hey, they love not voting.
You know, do we wish that there, outside of Wesley Bell, that there would have been another candidate, maybe a grassroots candidate that ran that wasn't taking AIPAC, that had the stance that Wesley did but didn't take AIPAC? Of course. Maybe then you guys should think about running.
And if y'all wanted her to win so bad, then give her your fucking money.
Or talk to her and say, hey, you're not going to win if you're doing this, if you're not voting. Hold them accountable. We hold our own accountable. We tell these grassroots candidates, we're going to hold you accountable when you get in office. If we endorse a grassroots candidate and they get into office and they start fucking around and not voting and taking time off and going on a yacht or suddenly becoming bought and paid for, we are going to hold them accountable. You guys will not hold your DSA-like candidates accountable. They could do whatever, Graham Plattner style, whatever, and you guys will find an excuse. It's okay to hold candidates that you thought that you were going to endorse, that you thought said all the magic words, accountable. And then you can sit there and go, you know what? I'm going to run.
You guys love to pretend that you hold candidates accountable. Cori is who a lot of you think Kamala Harris is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Well, speaking of lynchings, not great. Black people are being hunted right now due to the fucking climate of this country right now. Like, there's no other way to put it. We're hearing about a new lynching every day. It's like, it feels like it's every day at this point.
Every day.
Every fucking day. We recently only heard about Daniel Irving from Texas. I believe this was over a month ago. This was another situation. 18-year-old black kid goes out with his all-white friend group. Everybody comes back except for him. The friends, they're being indicted, I believe it is, for tampering with evidence because they got rid of his clothes.
His cell phone, deleted text messages, and literally came out and said, oh, we deleted the text messages because we knew there would probably be an investigation. They went fishing.
You want us to think there's no foul play with Nolan Wells?
Daniel was on the swim
he was
team.
A great swimmer.
Great swimmer. And if your first thought when what you call your friend falls into the water and can't swim for some reason, you know, your first thought is to throw their clothes, their phone, delete text messages, and run, is your first thought?
Interesting.
Crazy.
Tyler Smith, 18 years old, July 4th party. He got shot at a party. I can only guess what the makeup of what that party was. He was found. I don't understand the wording. Found. Did everyone just leave? He was found the next morning, and police ruled it self-inflicted. They said he did it to himself. Nobody got questioned. No.
Didn't check gun residue on anyone at the party.
Nothing.
And then come to find out that the gun recovered at the scene did not match the shell casings. That should be a huge red flag. And as of this point, there's only been one white man who has also been arrested, charged with tampering with evidence, but they have not put out any information about this man. We have a name. We don't have any information on what evidence was tampered with. Was it the gun? What was it? And I thought he wasn't found till the next day. So what the fuck? And they initially said it was like bad game of Russian roulette. But if it was a bad game of Russian roulette, you would have all been there and seen it gone wrong, and you would have called for help. Again, the math isn't mathing.
No.
Ben Crump is on all of these cases. They're obviously not connected in the sense that, like, we're not saying the same person killed Tyler, Daniel, and Nolan. What we're saying is the similarities are shocking. The similarities are absolutely shocking. 3 young black men, only black men at whatever event they're at. Tyler, Ben Crump says he was the only black attendee at this party. Nolan, only black attendee on this boat. Daniel, only black attendee at the fishing trip. None of them come home. Nobody calls for help on any of them. Police do nothing. And the worst that's happening right now is that people are being arrested for tampering with evidence, and they're all being given privacy.
Yep.
They're all lawyering up. MAGA lawyers getting on MAGA talk shows, MAGA podcasts.
Who could have saw that coming?
Thank God for Ben Crump.
Mississippi. See, I was thinking about this earlier. People, when we were calling for NCAA boycotts and don't go to Mississippi, don't have your kids enroll there. Oh my God, well, what you guys are just mad about blah blah. Well, that's just so extreme. Now what do you think? Now what do you think? Tashia Fortune, 29, in Mississippi, hanged in Jackson County. Nolan Wells hanged so high in the tree that the fire department had to bust out the ladder. So how fucking crazy do you have to be to take somebody up that high to hang them? This is Jim Crow 2.0. Point blank period. And then the audacity that some white people are having when they're saying, "Oh, well, why are you guys not want to be around us? Why are you guys saying your kids shouldn't be around us? That these should bring us together." The fact that the sons and daughters that you're raising are killing black people. Forgot about this one. Audrey Masarick.
Yeah.
The autistic black girl, epileptic, that got lured into a sleepover. They got her blackout drunk, recorded themselves beating the shit out of her while she was pregnant, mind you.
Yep.
Saying, I'm gonna fucking kill her. How do we hide the body? And we're just supposed to believe that there's no foul play in any of these cases, that this is every single one is an accident.
And all of the white people on TikTok, you guys are going into the depths of your phone to find a video of an event that you held where there was a black attendee and posting it and being like, they're like family. I saw so many, too many, and everyone in the comments is like, we know exactly what you're doing. And they're like, no, I'm just posting a video of something from the past. It has nothing to do with that. I just wanted you to know that I'm not racist.
Congratulations, you didn't murder a black person. Real high bar.
A lot of you were in the comments, I would never. I would never. I just want you to know. Like, you didn't listen to the fucking video. You just didn't. You got in the comments, you heard the first sentence, and you were like, I gotta prove a point. It's not all white people.
Why are you offended? If you know it's not you, why are you freaking out? Why are you freaking out if you know that you're not going to murder black people? Now I think you are. Now I think you had the thoughts.
Like, you could have just listened to the whole video. You could, if you felt the need to get into the comments and say something, you could have said, as a white person, I am listening. I understand. And I'm never, ever going to be that white person that's like, it would never be me. Or I'm never going to go to one of my friends who is black and say, never be afraid of me. How dare you? Why don't you want to hang out with my family and go on the summer trip with us? You would say, I totally understand. I completely understand. I'm listening and I'm learning.
I had one offended when I said, don't be the only black person in the friend group. Well, you're calling for segregation. Yeah. I said, give me the timestamp. I would like the timestamp when I said that.
Devin
Give it
was
to me.
Reverse racist.
Give it to me.
This is...
Well, I have a black girlfriend. I knew you were gonna I knew you were gonna say that, Chad. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Chad's like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I said I'm scared for her. I hope she leaves you.
Straight up.
I said you should probably stay away from black people because I think you're dangerous.
If you are a white person and you are taking to the grave that you are not racist and there's not 1 ounce of you that needs to be deconstructed at any point in time, you are the problem.
You're lying. You're lying to yourself and everybody else.
You're absolutely 100% lying. As a white person, I am constantly deconstructing and realizing some of the things that I've said or do. I'm constantly listening, learning, and understanding why things I might have done in the past are wrong. Or that I have privilege. A lot of that shit too is privilege shit. Mm-hmm. So much of it is white people not understanding privilege at all. You think you do, you don't. You think you do and you don't. You can always deconstruct, and a lot of you refuse to do it because you're like, well, I know one black person.
Don't use me for that shit anymore. I'll disown you. I don't know you.
Devin, I can't use you for that.
The people that have before,
I know.
Nope.
People get really crazy with Devin.
No more.
Devin's got to get something tattooed.
Yeah, not a safe
place for white women.
Yeah, I've had enough of you. All right.
Stop calling him on his phone.
Leave me alone.
Don't call him.
Enough. Leave him alone.
Scram.
Scram. He doesn't want to talk to you.
Scram. Get out of here. It's crazy. It's crazy. I hope Nancy Grace gets on all of these cases. I hope that she just makes it her mission. She's like, you know what? We're doing this. We're fucking doing this. We're going to cover every single case. We're bringing light to every single fucking case because fuck this. They're trying to shove all this shit under the rug. They're taking down videos. They took down Devin's video. They took down Caressa's video. There's AI images going around being created by paralegals that aren't even involved in cases, calling out creators for just covering stories.
Asking questions.
Saying that they should be sued for asking questions about Nolan Wells' case and questioning all of these white men going on MAGA fucking podcasts.
Won't ask them questions though.
And talking. Yeah.
Talking.
Yeah. We know exactly what they want. We know exactly what they want. But let's round out that week with, yes, that really did happen. I kept telling you guys, we just need to keep a microphone right in front of Trump. He was on Air Force One and talking to the reporters, making them stay up because he doesn't sleep. And he told the reporter that he likes BBC more than ABC. And I just know. We know who was fuming. We know who was fuming. Come on now. Barry Weiss is in the corner. What do you mean?
A lot of you see white people, a lot of you're ruining it. You're ruining a good joke because Aaron Parnas, he's been reporting on it and he's funny, right? He's saying that BBC is about to be deep inside Donald Trump. And then you guys are just going, oh, he can't stop thinking about Obama. And then when black people make a video about it, to say, oh, was that you? Blocked. You make it, you can't just laugh.
Stop. Can we just laugh?
Just laugh at a joke and move along. Just shut
make
the
it
fuck
into
up.
Something it isn't.
Stop talking. Stop giving in to your impulses.
Yeah. Next, looks like the military is now outsourcing ideas from service members. They're emailing them being like, hey, let us know some creative and unconventional ideas to punish Iran because we don't have missiles. We don't have anything. So there's a Survey Monkey link in here if you could fill it out. Anonymous Survey Monkey.
What do we do here?
Let us know what you would do if you were us and you didn't have any ammunition or missiles left. And I hope everyone filled it out and was like, please bring us home. I would punish Iran by maybe giving us in the military food. That would probably make them mad, as if you fed us and,
not moldy chowder.
Yeah, it would really piss them off if we could take a shower, maybe get some new fatigues, food, water, please.
Anything.
Yeah. That's when you know it's bad. That's when you know. But what is bad? Per the Washington Post, Trump ordered the contractors to demolish the $5 million helipad being built at the White House because He doesn't like how it looks, and how it looks is there's a little slope.
What page of Project 2025 is this?
I'm more concerned what helicopter pad costs $5 million? It's this big.
It's fucking UFO.
You couldn't go pick up some fucking plywood and some red lights at Home Depot. What do you mean $5 million? Is it gold plates?
This is why Curtis Yarvin said last year, this guy keeps doing these vanity projects. I gotta get the fuck out of here. We're all going to jail.
Like, unfortunately, yeah, there has to be a slope if you're putting up a helicopter pad. How do you think it's gonna be?
He doesn't know shit.
You want stairs or something? I mean, in $5 million, you probably could have got some stairs. That's not an us problem. And if you want to know where he is, he's golfing again, but not well, except the fact that he's, for the now second year in a row, he has won his own golf tournament on his own golf course. Who could have seen that coming? He's standing there, everyone's awkwardly clapping while she's writing down that he won, and he's just standing there. I didn't see any videos of him hitting any balls. But I did see a picture of his arms looking, yikes. His arms are bruised. I don't even know how he moves that arm. But he won his own award, like the Grinch.
That man couldn't put a Tic Tac in his mouth. He can't hit a golf ball.
He can't. But boy, does he like to win awards. Well, that's all we have this week. Next week is going to be crazy. It's Florida primary next week. That's probably the one everyone's watching. I'm sweating just thinking about it. Early voting starts this week if you're in Florida. It's already started in some counties, like Orange County. Yeah. So if it is your county, it's already started. If not, it's going to start this coming week. Please early vote if you can. I will be early voting. Get it out of the way. Get it. And please know what your ballot is going to look like. It's so easy to check.
Oh my God, guys, Google, please stop asking in TikTok comment sections, where do I vote? Who do I vote for? How do I?
You know what? Just DM us. I'll answer at this point. If it's Florida, please, yeah. I will give you a ride.
I'll copy and paste the fucking answer.
But like, you could Google it. But like, if it really comes down to it, don't come in just DM us. DM us.
Stop.
Send
You're
us an
pissing
email.
me off.
Don't piss me off. I will get you to the polls.
Talking about where do I register to vote in fucking August of Come on.
It's too late to register. If you haven't registered, I fear it's too late for the primary. It's too late for that. You're going to have to register still so you can vote in the general, but you done fucked up. We talked about this back in March.
The fuck is on your guys' algorithm?
Just please, please, please.
Stop scrolling past the people that are telling you to vote. Stop.
I'm begging you. My endorsements as a Floridian, somebody living in Florida who feels comfortable endorsing people. Angie Nixon for Senate. I don't even want to see Alex's name on that ballot, but I have to see it. No. Fuck that guy. Fuck his wife. Fuck his whole family. Angie Nixon for Senate. I will be voting Dana Foster for governor. Hell fucking yeah. Please. Oh my God. Imagine we had Angie Nixon for Senate and Dana Foster for governor. Chef's fucking kiss. Those are my big endorsements. Those are the big ones for me. My district, Maria Lana Kinter. Absolutely. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. We also have our hard hitters. We have Bernard Taylor in there. He's in your district. Ronnie. We have Britt Robinson. We've good hard hitters in there.
Florida's got solid candidates. Y'all better not fuck this up.
Solid grassroots candidates. Let's see. I would love to see. And in all of that, we have women, black men.
Vote for the nice black people.
Please. Nice black people. And Marie Lana Kinter.
and Marie Robinson.
They get a pass.
And Britt and Maria Lana.
They get the white woman pass.
Yeah.
They're still a woman, so
they're in good company.
It's the white men we have to be careful.
Real
careful with the white men. But
yeah.
Those are my big endorsements, pretty much the ones that we've interviewed. So if you don't know, just go through our channel, watch the interviews.
Right there.
They're right there. Everyone that I endorse in Florida, we have interviewed. Except for Angie, because Angie is very busy, but
she a busy lady.
But those are my endorsements. See you next week.
Do it. Bye.
Bye.